I'm gonna be real with y'all. I felt like recording again. The other video's not even done, but yeah, from here on out, everything is a new, different recording session. But that's just. But I wanna play back Black Pekin, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna throw this in the other one. Let me use by Aerosol, please. Alright, we're going a little bit ahead. My body has grown accustomed to the sensation of time travel. Once again, my vision becomes clear. The empty library, illuminated by candlelight within the fire pit, is filled by tiny specks of dust floating in the air. The serenity of the surroundings makes the intense moment of life and death seem as unreal as hallucinations.
I take back what I said about our director being an imbecile.
That's alright, put some respect.
Having a time machine at our disposal is actually pretty convenient.
Damn right. And because I just recorded it, I remembered, like, basically everything. Are you being sarcastic?
Well, it depends on how you interpret what I'm saying.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
What? Finally done dealing with me? The former #1 director candidate?
Damn, you know, no, I could tell Erishon's still salty about that. Like, fair, but like, yeah, she's definitely salty about that. Without responding, Zero grabs a thick scroll from the bookshelf and starts examining it. The unfurled scroll reveals unfamiliar glyphs, which are quite different from the previous Arsacid Empire text.
The collected letters of Obed royal family. Volume 3, Darius, the king of all kings. Written by a historian from the Obed court.
You just found that? Shit.
The second half is blank. Looks like this volume is incomplete.
we're still far back in time, so it makes sense why it's incomplete.
It appears that we have indeed arrived in the era of Darius, around 500 years before the 5th Emperor's reign.
Oh, okay. I'm getting a little bit confused on the timeline, but I understand it now. You mean the era when Obed still had control over the god of the sun? Zero nods.
That Emaon we encountered mentioned that Darius was the one who first brought Aten from Memphis to Obed. Sarvis also mentioned that Darius was the first ruler of Obed to harness the power of the sun.
Okay, theory. So, you know that little ghost spirit thing that always comes in whenever plot convenience happens? Yeah, I'm assuming that, I don't know if it has a name or not. I'm assuming that spirit thingy was like, alright, let me see what's going on here. Okay, you're getting fucked. Let's see, let's have you travel back in time here. And that's what happened.
I see. The fact that the Japheth soldiers didn't know the command to activate a 10 suggests that it had already been lost by their time. Compared to the era of Japheth, the era of Darius was closer to the era of Aten, which means Darius is more likely to know the command to activate a 10.
Okay.
Besides, there's something else that concerns me. The giant we just encountered. Actually, we might have encountered it once before. Back in our time, when you entered the Tower of Babel and activated the dormant beacon, we came across something very similar, Sia.
Okay. I'm not sure if I said it in the video or not. I haven't got that far in editing. Yeah, I thought it looked familiar. Memories flood back as I recall the giant standing in front of the monolith. The giants we ran into the first time only had its upper body.
Indeed. The giant in our time was missing its lower half, so I can't say for sure if it's the same giant.
Okay. It's the same giant, but it's just been here for so long that over time it lost the lower half. That's my theory.
Moreover, I'm sure you remember the stuff we got from the mutilated giant.
Zero holds out her hand, revealing a fragment of a crown that fell from the giant.
According to Master Ninsar, it belonged to Darius.
I don't remember him saying that, but yeah, it does.
So, it must have come from this era.
A peculiar feeling washes over me. It is as if all the threads of time have been intertwined into a massive knot somewhere in the depths of history. All the clues we've gathered so far are like scattered leaves from the same tree, and behind each leaf we catch a glimpse of we catch a glimpse of the blurry figure of Darius.
Sorry for interrupting your discussion, but that was the first time I saw that huge guy.
Oh yeah, you weren't there.
So that giant has been after you? What did you do to anger it so much?
I became God.
We didn't do anything.
I mean, yeah, what she said. And there's one more thing. Sarvis.
Dear Ameon, I bear no ill intentions.
Yeah, I still have no idea what the fuck happened here.
Have you forgotten our agreement?
Yes.
We don't have enough information to understand the reason behind it yet.
One moment he wanted to kill us, and the next moment he was happy to see us.
Okay, I thought I skipped something. Zero freezes, as if she remembers something.
Just to confirm, when we met Sarvis for the second time, it was a month after our first encounter, right?
I believe so.
Did you figure something out, or...?
It appears we have fucked the time-space continuum. Arashan's words trail off, as she seems to realize something as well. At that moment, I realize something too. There's only one situation that can explain the drastic change in Sarvis's attitude, and there is only one miracle that matches his description of appeasing the wrath of the god of the sun. Ooh, okay. Could it be during the month?
I'm afraid so.
Yeah, it didn't matter what I picked.
Sarvis didn't have a clue about Aten's activation during our first encounter. But in the second encounter, he mentioned that they had somehow appeased the wrath of the god of the sun. So during that month, Aten must have been reactivated and turned into the star of Ephrathah. Sarvis also said that we delivered divine words and saved the world from destruction.
Okay, so we have indeed fucked the space-time continuum. Ooh, going back to the present's gonna be interesting.
It means that we were the ones who helped deactivate Aten, extinguishing the star of Ephrathah.
But we don't even know the command yet. The two of them exchange a glance, staying quiet for a few seconds.
Remember what Enki said?
Be careful. The prophecy may actualize itself.
Oh, shit.
Actions taken to prevent tragedy can end up causing it.
Oh, shit.
Now I understand that Sarvis wasn't exaggerating when he said we saved the entire world from destruction. After Aten was reactivated, its power must have kept increasing, just like when it destroyed Akhenaton. Imagine what would happen if a fusion reactor continues to increase its power output without being shut down. We obtained the command and delivered it to Sarvis. However, it wasn't us from the present. Rather, it was us from some point in the future. Because of our time travels, the prophecy actualized itself.
Oh, shit. Okay, bro, this is so interesting, but damn, I'm too dumb. Okay. So, the prophecy actualized itself, and it wasn't this group of us, it was a future group of us that told them the words, so that when we jumped a month, the future version of us gave them the words in between that month. So when we jumped to a month after, they thought it was us again, not the future version of us. This is so interesting. Shall we move on?
Sure.
There is no other choice.
Now we're not just responsible for saving the library in our era, but also saving the world in Sarvis's era.
I know I made jokes about it, but what's actually going to happen when we jump back to the present? Is it just gonna be normal and like, is it kind of like, it's kind of hard to describe it, but is it kind of like branches of where it's like the tree, or like the main thing is our timeline, but each time we do something in the past it creates a branch or something like that?
We must move on and find the command to deactivate Arten and deliver it to Sarvis. If we fail, both eras will veer off their intended paths and collapse completely.
Oh, that's not good. What would happen then? She just said it, but okay.
I'm not going to answer that. There are a bunch of geezers in Emaon who specialize in time paradoxes.
Okay, sure, let's go talk to
I've never
them.
paid attention to their lectures. All I know is that it would be very, very, very bad.
Checks out. Eroshan scoffs and strides ahead. A sense of intense unease starts creeping into my mind. Are we moving forward by our own will? Or are we being manipulated by an invisible force called destiny? No one can answer that question, except for maybe Nensar. But she's not here right now.
Who are those people?
Judging by their attire, they must be the Immortal Army, Darius's Praetorians.
Okay, yet we have heard of Immortal Army.
Of course I know that, but why are there so many Immortal Army soldiers wandering inside the library in this era?
I saw it too.
Your Majesty, please forgive us. We are devoted to you.
You good?
Hey! They can't even hear us. Never mind. Let's keep going. We'll surely find someone we can reason with, right?
Those who betray His Majesty will pay with their lives. In the mighty name of Darius, the King of all kings.
Halt! Oriel! End of like the sacrifices hanging there.
Yo, you good? I don't think bro's good.
This era. It's truly weird.
We may have created a time paradox. We are cooked.
Obviously, those Immortal Army soldiers have been wandering around inside the library for quite some time.
Fair.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be so worn out.
What exactly happened?
Can you tell me more about Darius's achievements?
Emperor Darius was the ruler of the ancient Obed Empire 2,500 years before our time. He was one of the most renowned rulers in Obed's history. Unlike the Obed Empire under the 5th Emperor's rule, Obed during Darius's reign was the most powerful empire in the world. Towards the end of his reign, though, Emperor Darius inexplicably shifted his focus away from governing the Empire, leading to a rapid decline of Obed. The records about Emaon are not detailed, as their leader Pythagoras mysteriously vanished without a trace one day.
Emaon's historical records are all but blank during this era. There are simply too many coincidences happening in this era. We need to be extra cautious.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this seems like the starting point of, like, I was gonna say this whole arc, but yeah, that's kind of the fucking point.
The stars. They appear so distant, yet shine so brightly.
Your Majesty, Farhad requests an audience.
It is you, my most courageous servant. How does the wine taste at the celebration?
Yeah, I'm assuming at this point, this guy's old as hell. He sounds old.
The wine was exquisite, benefiting the conquerors of Memphis. We all wonder why you didn't join us in the great feast of honor. Why do you remain secluded in this corner, far from the bonfire, without even a single guard? Have we done anything to displease you?
Not at all, Fahad. I am pleased with your valor. After this battle, I've annexed the southern reaches of the world into my domain. I am staying away from the crowds to gaze at the stars. The campfire's brightness would obscure their light. Have you ever considered where our conquest will end, Farhad?
No, Your Majesty. I shall fight wherever you deem necessary.
Alright, theory time. This dude, after taking over the world, was like, you know what, let's go even further beyond.
Until the farthest reaches of your dominion touch the sea, or until I fall on the battlefield.
Your loyalty is commendable. But what I'm seeing now is even more distant than the sea.
That is correct.
There was an Emian scholar named Pythagoras who told me that according to his research, the land beneath our feet is a sphere.
A sphere? How is that even possible?
You're not a scholar, so it is understandable that you can't imagine it.
Yeah, it's so weird thinking like if you were to go back in time and tell people that like, yo, the planet is round, like that would blow some people's minds. Some people wouldn't believe it, but you know, ignore that.
However, I can easily imagine that there may exist countless such spheres suspended high above the heavens. We call those spheres stars. The notion that these stars are fragments of Earth adrift in the firmament. So many uncharted territories awaiting conquest. Do you understand my feelings, Fahad? In comparison, Memphis, no, even the entirety of Obed, pales in significance. I wonder how I can travel to those stars to conquer those lands no one has ever seen.
Shit, just get Senku. He'll get you there in like 3 years.
How pathetic is a man so bound by his desires. From now on, I shall find no peace in my nights.
Fret not, Your Majesty. We, the Immortal Army, will always be your keenest blades. Even if you were to command us to conquer the moon, we would comply without hesitation.
Yeah, that's cool and all. How you gonna get there? And then he just keels over. No, I'm playing.
You truly are my favorite servant, Fahad.
You truly are my biggest meat rider.
Arise,
Oh!
for I shall share my glory and dreams with you.
He said the thing. Sorry, I'm being dumb.
One day we'll leave our footprints across the entire expanse of the sky.
Now this voice actor going crazy though. The Great Emperor reaches out his hand towards the sky. Yet the touch of his fingers is chillingly cold. Slowly, the aged Emperor sits up in his bed.
So, it was but a dream.
I was like half joking about this guy being old, but yeah, he's obviously old.
I'm feeling cold.
Oh, this motherfucker dying.
Am I already so old that I'm plagued by such vivid dreams?
Yeah.
I used to believe that only the inept dream, for they possess nothing in reality. Is the heavens telling me that I'm no different from those commoners?
Yeah, again.
My time is running out.
Yeah, third time.
Emeons, I'm summoning you to demand an answer I have long awaited. A decade has passed since my triumph in Memphis. I have given you so much time to unravel the mysteries of the God of the Sun. My subjects comply with my commands, never disturbing your research or prying into your tower. Only during the 6th and final month of each year do my emissaries visit you to ask about the progress of your research.
Alright, so that's... okay.
You should know that it is a supreme honor, and that I have shown you extraordinary generosity, which no other Obed Emperors have ever bestowed upon you. However, my messengers disappointed me every time, as your response of nothing has remained unchanged. Now, I've decided to ask you this question myself.
Ooh, y'all better have found out the answer, bullshit your way through it, or you're gonna die.
This is your 10th year. Have you learned more about the nature of that copper sphere? What grants it immortality?
Okay, hold on, to be fair, he gave this guy 10 years to figure it out. In a place where you can figure anything out. I mean, granted, you have to find the right, like, book or paper. But, like, shit, they had 10 years. You'd think they would have found something.
Your Majesty, our answer remains the same.
Oh, you are so dead.
You may perceive 10 years as a considerable length of time. For a human life, it is indeed substantial. However, for those devoted to the pursuit of knowledge, it is merely a fleeting moment akin to the evaporation of morning dew. Undoubtedly, that sphere represents a creation that transcends the limits of human understanding. Even if it is not a deity in its own right, its creator must possess divine qualities.
Oh, with him saying that, I'm more excited to meet the dude or whoever that made it.
We need more time to figure out its true essence.
Yeah, this dude is so dead.
Time. Time. What an extravagant request. I, too, would grant you more time if I were able. Unfortunately, the time given to me is dwindling. The sand in the hourglass is running out. I am growing old, and my time is slipping away, while the boundless, unconquered worlds still await me. I am asking you once again, Emeon. Do you indeed have nothing to give me in return?
How funny would it be if they figured it out immediately, but they was like, you know, let's not tell this dude, he seems like a dick.
Your Majesty, I hold you in the highest regard, but I must inform you that neither your Majesty nor your power hold sway within the realm of knowledge.
Damn, bro said you are nothing.
Though you may command all on Earth to declare that the sun rises in the west, it will still be the eastern sky that illuminates the next dawn. I can assure you that we're more eager than you to learn the nature of the sphere. It is the calling of the scholar.
I see. You're unable to offer what I seek in exchange for my leniency.
Oh yeah, he's about to kill someone.
I extend my regrets to you, Emeon. Since the beginning of history, this will be the first time the Emperor of Obed resorts to violence against Emeon.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, to be, I can definitely, I understand both sides.
If I had a choice, I wouldn't wish to make this decision.
You may rule over this land, Your Majesty. And while you may intimidate those who seek knowledge, the laws governing knowledge itself do not yield to mere might.
Yeah.
Immortal army, at my command, open this tower and seize their library!
And that's how the people got, okay. Yeah, and that's how
If
the
this
people got in.
library is as miraculous as the legends proclaim, containing the sum of all worldly knowledge, it must surely hold the secret to immortality and the immortal power of that copper sphere. Since the mouthpieces of the gods remain silent to my request, I'll uncover the answer myself.
We can't prevent you if you're determined to do so, Your Majesty. Permit me, however, to offer a final piece of advice. The gods remain silent due to the folly of humankind.
Okay.
That was the last question I will ever pose to you. From now on, you are no longer permitted to address me.
Okay, shit, see you later.
Immortal army, storm their tower and breach their gates.
Immortal army, kill their family.
Emeon, I have heard tales that the paths within the Library of Babel are more numerous than the stars in the sky, and the smallest misstep can lead to eternal wandering.
Yeah.
I've also heard you've devoted countless time and lives to explore that library, and that you've even familiarized yourself with a number of safe paths. I command you to lead the way for my warriors.
Yeah, how about I don't do that, thoughts?
And you have no right to refuse.
Oh, never mind. I look at the two ladies in front of me, who are deep in thought. There are so many immortal soldiers here. Maybe we can find someone we can reason with?
You're right.
If we can find a reasonable soldier, or an Emeon of this era, perhaps they will tell us what has happened here. Let's go. We don't have much time.
Alright, let's go beat up some people.
Wait, isn't that the shoddy artifact that wouldn't even start? So is it working now?
I mean, we have gone like, what, 500-ish futures in the past? So, makes sense.
The main path is blocked.
In moments like this, it's time to show some innovation.
Okay, very conveniently placed pillar. Or pieces, I should say.
There are still people over there.
I don't expect to find any living people we can reason with, but let's go check it out anyway.
The only surviving soldier's eyes are unfocused. His stance looks unsteady, and his weapon pointing at us is shaking.
Please lower your weapons. We mean no harm.
Who are you?
We are Emeons.
My name is Farhad. I can't see you well. I thought you were monsters too.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I didn't expect your help, especially after His Majesty gave that order.
His Majesty? Are you talking about Emperor Darius?
Of course. Were you not there when His Majesty gave the order?
No.
His Majesty ordered the Immortal Army to take over the Tower of Babel and the Library of Babel. How long ago was that? 1 year? Or 2 years? I can't remember clearly.
Yeah, I'm assuming time moves different here.
This is not a library. It's an endless nightmare. Ever since I got here, I've been praying for the gods to wake me up from this living hell.
Damn, bro really went through it.
Take over? You barged into the library? No wonder. It's actually impressive that you've held on for so long without any preparation.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if bro was smart, he would have... never mind.
Why did your Emperor send you here to die?
Our mission is to uncover the truth about the god of the sun in Memphis. His Majesty has given the Emaon years, and yet there have been no results. Eventually, he ran out of patience. Personally, I don't have anything against you. We're puzzled too. It's hard to understand why His Majesty, who's always been a profound thinker, would act that way.
I mean, my guess is that he was just frustrated, because, 10 years of nothing, and he just, he wants to conquer shit, so, yeah, it makes sense.
Emaon, I know it may sound brazen, especially after we barged into your tower, but I'm asking you to take me back to His Majesty.
You seem chill, why not?
The Immortal Army shall never fail His Majesty.
What a coincidence. We're actually searching for your Emperor as well. How about you join us? With you on our side, he might be more open to hearing us out, don't you think?
I bet we got a new person.
So, what does your Emperor want to uncover about the God of the Sun?
Even though the Emperor's brilliance can rival the sun itself, he can't accept that all things eventually come to an end. Rumor has it that the god of the sun of Memphis is immortal. Therefore, His Majesty wishes to unravel the secret to immortality, hoping to find methods that will grant him immortality.
Yeah, that makes sense, because he was like, if I had the time, I'd let you, but I don't. That's his whole reason for doing it.
In this vast library, there must be a scroll or something that holds the key to harnessing the power of the God of the Sun. His Majesty's goal is to conquer distant stars. And we, the Immortal Army, must find that divine scroll.
Oh, you mean this scroll right here? Yeah, I had it on me. Whoops. Damn, move!
Those who betrayed His Majesty shall remain silent forever.
You good?
Hey, are you alright?
No. His mental state has irreversibly deteriorated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. Yo, are you good?
I apologize, esteemed Emaons. I wasn't myself.
You know what? Someone take away his shield and weapon. I'll give him a piggyback ride.
Sit down and take a break. You don't have to put up a strong front here, because there's no Emperor who requires your worship.
I appreciate your kindness, but I don't deserve forgiveness. I made a solemn vow to His Majesty that I would never stop my journey until his realm reached the ends of the world. Yet here I am, empty-handed, a disgrace to His Majesty's glory. I feel ashamed to admit that I've known for a while that my time would come soon. But His Majesty once said he would share his dreams and glory with us. I want to return to His Majesty's throne before drawing my last breath. Please, don't let my journey end here.
Alright, lock in. I can lend you a shoulder.
Thank you for your generosity. Although I can't see your face now, I'll always remember your kindness.
Well, I have nothing to say to a blind loyalist like him. Take good care of him.
This place feels familiar.
Alright, we gotta clear out some debris.
The device in the center should be able to take us down below. The correct switch is hidden under the tome that glorifies His Majesty.
Damn, we still got quite a long way. What the hell?
That shape. It's His Majesty's throne. Thank you for bringing me here. His Majesty is just ahead.
I can't tell if this dude's tripping or if it's actually, like, up ahead.
That's Farhad, a member of the scout squad. Maybe he's found something. Hurry! Bring him before His Majesty. Why are you looking so exhausted, General Farhad? What happened to you?
The femboys. They weren't boys, but girls.
What did you do to him?
Hey, I ain't do nothing.
Behave yourselves. If it weren't for these Emeons, I would have died long ago on the nameless land.
Can confirm.
I'll inform His Majesty of your achievements, Emeon.
Hey, hold on. We want to see, bro.
Soon, you'll see that Farhad always keeps his promises. And His Majesty is a generous and benevolent ruler.
Let us assist you.
Stand back. No need. I've witnessed the distant and boundless lands with His Majesty when you were just babies.
Damn, bro's been here since day one.
If I need help with even a few steps, how am I supposed to follow His Majesty to the ends of the stars?
But after taking only a few steps, Farhad falls to his knees.
What is happening? Why can't I move on?
One of two things. Either he's old, like really, really old, or he's just weak. Slowly, the Emperor rises from his throne.
I'm so ashamed to request that your Majesty descend from your throne.
With measured steps, Darius approaches Farhad.
Your Majesty, please!
What the fuck? Okay, bro. I was not expecting that. His words are abruptly cut off as Darius swings his sharp blade and blood sprays out in a crimson arc. Bro, that's me. What the fuck? With a quick flick of his blade, Darius steps over the body and walks towards us. He never looked at the face of the soldier, as though what he just slaughtered was nothing more than a worthless lamb. I mean... Alright, time to be the protagonist. How could you just do that?
Shut up.
Your son softly scolds me while Zero puts her hand on my shoulder and shakes her head.
You're in no position to tell me how to punish my soldiers, outsider. Those who have failed me are no different from deserters, and this is what happens to deserters.
Okay, I mean, we got more backstory than main character does, but like, bro, like this dude was just saying like, yeah, I've known this guy since you were babies, like, It's like, bro, he was going on about how he's been here since day one. No hesitation, got cut down. Wild. Darius turns to the man next to him.
Pythagoras, are they your companions?
Who the fuck are these guys?
No, Your Majesty. Although their clothes resemble mine, I've never seen them before.
We are not Emaons from this world. We come from the future, 2,500 years from now.
A funny joke. Unfortunately, it comes at an inopportune moment.
Who's gonna tell him that we're not joking?
Those who dare to mock me must be punished.
I will fight back, do not test me.
Please, wait, Your Majesty. The wonders of the Library of Babel surpass the wildest imagination of mortals. Here, it is possible to encounter someone from a past or future era. For the sake of your lives, strangers, if you too are Emians like me, show your proof.
Zero, the thing. Zero nods at me and takes out the fragment. Yeah, we got this.
This is a fragment from your crown.
Indeed it is.
You're not huh?
Where did you get this weathered fragment from?
The future.
From 2,500 years in the future. By then, it had become an antique.
Interesting. Let's assume what you said is true.
What we said is true, but okay, go ahead.
Answer me this. Who rules over Obed 2,500 years from now?
Obed. Obed no longer exists.
I can't answer your question, because Obed has no need for a ruler that far in the future.
I'll take that as like a half-truth on your boy's part, so, whatever.
I see. You can't provide me what I desire either.
Yeah.
Lead the way forward, Pythagoras. As for these useless freeloaders, get rid of them, my soldiers.
No. Hey, hold on, Jill, don't be rash. Darius turns around as the immortal army soldiers spread out, forming a semicircle and slowly advancing.
Ari.
Arishon sighs, unturreted by the spearheads of the immortal army soldiers, walks up to Darius and bows to him.
Your Majesty, please forgive our rudeness.
Okay, the fact that it's Arishon doing this is crazy. Like, Zero I can understand, but it's Arishon doing this. Huh? Is this really Arishon? Who is this?
You know your manners, but your courtesy comes too late.
Don't be rash.
It's true that Obed won't need a ruler in the future. Because by that time, Obed will be insignificant compared to your vast empire. We don't need anyone specifically to rule over it. The fragment you just saw is a gift you gave us yourself.
Oh, she's bullshitting. Okay. Upon hearing her reply, Darius stops.
You mean you've seen me 2,500 years later?
Yeah.
Do I still rule over my vast empire?
Yeah, of course.
How did I survive until then in the future? Tell me, now!
Gladly, but we want something in return.
Darius sneers, looking down upon Arishon.
Even those who call themselves the mouthpieces of the gods are nothing more than mere mortals after all.
Dog! Okay.
Your wish is granted. All the wealth in my treasury and all the provinces in my domain are yours for the taking.
We don't want wealth or fiefdoms. We just want to know what you know about the god of the sun.
How interesting. That's the very same question I've been asking you, Emaons, for years. But why is an Emaon from the future asking me this question instead?
Reasons.
You seek the secrets of the god of the sun because you're eager to know the secret to immortality, right? We discovered its mysteries once. However, over the long years since then, many details of our research have been lost. That's why we're coming back from the future, to get the missing pieces. You've been to Delphi during your expedition, and I believe you've heard the stories about Oedipus that go around there. In the loop made by time, the result and the cause will become one. You'll need to tell us everything you know about the God of the Sun, so that we'll be able to get you the full answer.
Okay.
That's the only way we can help you survive the next 2,500 years. In the distant future, you gifted us the token so that we could return here to figure out the truth about immortality.
Okay, hold on. She's kind of going crazy.
Nothing but lies.
I mean, he's right, but what? No.
Myths are for ignorant children. Do you think I'm as gullible as a child?
Yeah.
I've found ludicrous loopholes in your words. Since the me in the future already knows the secret to immortality, why didn't that me ask you to tell me the secrets directly?
You forgot, because you're really old.
Immortal Army!
Son of a bitch. Alright, don't worry, I'll travel back like an hour in the past, we can retry this. In an instant, we are surrounded by sharp blades.
Those who deceive me will pay with their lives.
Arashon remains composed.
Of course, you can just kill us, Your Majesty. But at the moment we're killed, the casual loop in the timeline will be severed. If you don't learn the secret to immortality now, you, your empire, and all the feats you will achieve in the future will simply go up in smoke.
Pythagoras raises his eyes and studies Arashon. It seems he is about to say something, but in the end, he just shakes his head gently.
Are you threatening me, Emaon?
Yeah, I mean no. Arashon looks straight up at Darius.
No. As a scholar, I'm simply telling you what might happen because of your actions. Whether to trust us or kill us on the spot, the choice is up to you. I'm sure you already have an answer in your mind.
Well, indeed. A nasty tone unique to Emaon. Lay down your weapons. For now.
Arashon the go. The soldiers immediately put away their weapons.
Listen well. I sent my people to collect many ancient documents and summon many scholars while I was in Memphis. But the destruction of Eketaton was so complete that very little information survived. Despite my efforts, I only figured out one piece of information from the ancient records. The language of the gods is a palindrome.
Palindrome?
The language of the gods is a palindrome? What does that mean?
Man, I don't know.
Legend has it that Akhenaten deciphered the language of the gods and thus learned how to harness the sun.
Oh, we gotta go even further back. Okay, guys, wrap it up.
The language consists of a huge number of palindromic words. While they are written exactly the same forwards and backwards, they cause the god of the sun to perform very different behaviors. That's all I know. I didn't have access to the vocabulary. As soon as I returned to Obed, I shared this discovery with your companions, the Emaons of this era. But unfortunately, it didn't help them with the task I assigned them. Now it's your turn. Tell me, have you figured out the secret to immortality?
Have you found out the secret, Arashon? With elegance, Arashon stands up and brushes the dust from her jacket. Her expression, usually filled with sarcasm, now shows extraordinary confidence.
Are.
Huh? What are you talking about? The secret to immortality?
No way.
It does not exist.
She runs straight towards me.
What are you waiting for, Director? We've got the information. Now it's time to make a run for it.
How dare you?
Hey, okay, shit, let's go. Shit, I'm down for it. You know what? I can't even be mad, bro. Shit, I would have done that too. The Last Expedition. Are we about to speedrun chapter 2? No shot, right? My guess is that we're gonna go back to Enki and Ninsar, maybe?
Don't you dare run away!
Oh, too late.
How dare you deceive me!
Oh, yeah, and fucking Pythagoras? That's still there? Yeah, he is dead.
Your Majesty, please calm down.
Arashad the goat.
Your Majesty.
What the The shouts of the... is it Praetorians? Darius gazes down as blood flows around his feet, stemming from the blade in his hand. The shiny, mirror-like blade reflects a familiar stranger back to him. Darius fixates on the reflection for a prolonged moment before exhaling deeply. His voice regains composure, though an underlying madness remains.
I am Darius, the great king of Obed, the king of all kings!
Nah, whoever is voicing this guy, amazing job.
I shall bestow grace upon the faithful and punish the disloyal!
He discards the blade in his hand and raises his scepter high once more.
Heed my command, my immortal army! Hunt down those Emeons! From this place to the end of the world! From this moment until the end of their lives, or yours!
Yeah, I mean, that's cool and all. The king of all kings and his army began to march forward. Finally, one day, one of the Praetorians gathers up his courage and steps forward.
We have ventured too far, Your Majesty.
Ooh.
If we continue, we may not be able to return. The paths ahead, not even the Emeans have explored them.
Emeons! Always those babbling Emeons.
It sounds racist.
Why would I, the king of all kings, need someone else to pioneer my new territories? Wherever I go, it is my domain. And whatever I say, my words shall shine like the sun. From this day on, cease all support of those Emeons. We don't need those false mouthpieces of the gods.
But, Your Majesty, what about Pythagoras?
The king of all kings just glances back at him.
I won't repeat myself.
Oh, yeah, he's dead. I called it.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Sorry, Pythagoras. The king of all kings and his army continue to march forward. However, fatigue and hunger prove to be the deadliest weapon of all. As resolute as the immortal army may be, silence silence pervades their ranks with each passing day. Their voices diminish and their numbers wane. Yet Darius remains unwavering. Unaware of the distance traveled, they unexpectedly encounter another group of seekers.
You are...
Oh no!
Wait! Please, spare us! I beg you!
Oh no, what have we done? Such things happen occasionally, to the detriment of honor, but this cannot be helped.
Take away their supplies, spare the strong, and destroy the old and the weak. What is happening? Why do you defy my orders? Have you forgotten what happened when we crossed the Memphis Desert? If we hadn't plundered the caravan, it wouldn't have been us celebrating under the magnificent waterfalls of the Memphis River. Carry on. We have a long path ahead, and we must not stumble here.
Yes, Your Majesty.
So what are the odds that they ate the body? The king of all king is marching forward relentlessly. This is yet another expedition. No different from all the other expeditions before. Equally long, equally solitary, and equally grueling. However, Darius remains certain that he will ultimately reach his goal and emerge triumphant. For the immortal army journeyers for the mortal army journeys alongside him, their loyalty as steadfast as ever.
Let's station ourselves here today. It looks like we're running low on food. Soldiers, kill my horse.
Okay, I know that's not funny, but it's just the suddenty of it.
What's the meaning of this? Why the hesitation? Have you forgotten what happened when we attacked Delphi the first time? And that time I slaughtered my horse so that we could cross frigid Mount Medicus? This is no different. Come. I shall share the horse's flesh with all of you once more.
But why? Why is he the only one willing to consume the meat in his hand?
My warriors. My warriors?
Oh, wait. Was he going on for so long? Yeah, now it's only him that continues to march. Okay, so he was going on for so long that he was the only one that was surviving. The Emaons remain elusive, but he is certain they are hiding nearby. Darius acknowledges that his days are limited. Even his most loyal Praetorians speculate how much longer their emperor can endure. It has been a considerable amount of time since they last spoke to him, yet he senses his soldiers whispering, suspecting that one day he might suddenly collapse and never wake up. What a ridiculous speculation. Darius no longer looks backward, for there is nothing but feeble doubts and apprehension left. His followers no longer warrant his attention. He will prevail, just as he has in every war thus far. He will endure to the very end of the world.
Halt here. We need a break once in a while. I grant you a brief reprieve. These books on the shelves are unlike any I've seen before.
Oh. The glyphs on the pages are unfamiliar, distinct from those used in Obed. They differ from the languages of all the people he has encountered during his conquest.
No matter. One day I will conquer their lands.
What if that's the language, but like he didn't understand it, so he just left it?
Remember what I said, Fahad. I shall share my glory and dreams with you. Armor me, Fahad, my most loyal friend. Let's embark on our odyssey.
I'm starting to, I feel kind of bad for this guy.
Our expedition must not stop here.
Because, like, he was just... Like, he was just trying to, like, live longer. And that drove him, like, insane. and I feel like what happened with, like, the main group was just the last straw.
Fahad, if you choose not to accompany me on this quest, it's all right. I permit you to turn back and return home. It is a king's duty to forge ahead. As my subject, your duty is to spread news of my accomplishments throughout the world. Go back, Fahad. Whether in life or in death, you shall forever be showered in my grace.
in a trance. Darius hears a faint sigh.
Farhad.
The nameless tyrant continues to march forward. Yeah, look at him. It knows with certainty that many have vanished along the way. It no longer calls out to its praetorians, for doing so is futile. It cares not where those cowards have fled. If the king's path is too arduous for mortals, then the king shall proceed alone to the end. Having pillaged traders, slain its horse, and utilized all available resources along its path, the nameless tyrant marches forward on its unyielding journey. Or unending, whatever. Even in its resolute state, it occasionally experiences hallucinations. Yet, bro's so far gone, the game's calling him it. Insane. It feels as though a part of itself is dissipating, transforming into something else. Such is a sign of dehydration, an ordeal it endured during a sea voyage across the Philistine Sea. Back then, it and its armies were lost in a storm, and all the fresh water had been consumed. How did it and its armies escape death? It can no longer recall. The only thing that remains within its soul is a desire to press forward. But why must it continue to march forward? Oh right, it wants to find a secret to immortality. It wants to become immortality itself, and it wants to take revenge on certain Emaons who have deceived it. Okay, hold on. Bro's doing all of this just for revenge? I kinda rush
will
it.
leave our footprints across the entire expanse of the sky.
Yeah, bro's doing all of this for revenge. I kinda respect it though. Those who deceived it. But why does it seek the secret of immortality? It closes its eyes. That brilliant canopy of stars, along with its steely ambitions, has long since faded. Thus, the grandest vision had been twisted into the most grotesque desires. The nameless tyrant finally comes to a halt. How much time has elapsed since the expedition began, and how far has it traveled? There is no way to ascertain the answer. The unit year is inadequate to measure the passage of time during this interminable journey. Damn, how far has he gone? Only the visage of those deceitful Emaons grows clearer in memory. It must unleash its wrath and retribution upon them, making them known the might and majesty of the king. It has grown accustomed to this peculiar library. It has traversed numerous corridors, rooms, staircases, and seamlessly blending with the library's surroundings. Emaon, I have come this far without your guidance. Immortal army, I have endured without your companionship. Strange visions still arise, but they no longer cloud its mind. The tyrant once saw a mirror that did not reflect its face, but instead displayed a strange and imposing figure with a cold gaze like that of a mythical giant. Oh! And that... Oh! So Big Bitch, all the way back at the beginning of the game, was this dude. This dude was so hateful. This is literally man too angry to die. Bro wanted revenge so bad he became a monster and started following us through time. Hey, I respect it. As long as it gazed upon the mirror, the reflection stared back at it. In astonishment, the tyrant realizes that it saw the very same visage reflected in a blood-stained sword long ago. No words are spoken, and the reflection remains silent until the tyrant departs. At times, the tyrant reminisces about the distant past, the days when it and Pythagoras were still friends. Pythagoras shared rare pieces of knowledge with it, one of which still echoes in its mind.
Probability fears time.
And so the nameless tyrant resumes its march onward. In the vast expanse of time, it anticipates an encounter with those who deceived it, awaiting a minuscule, incredibly remote, yet not impossible chance of meeting them once more. What the fuck? That's... Yeah, and now cause and effect become one in the library. Yeah, so the future's fucked. No, I want to use my... Son of a bitch. Darius's furious roars swiftly dissipate, fading into faint ripples in the river of time. As the ripples disperse, tranquility is restored to the surroundings. Zero quickly examines volumes of literature on a nearby bookshelf.
This is Sarvis's era.
Something seems to be on your mind.
Yeah...
That I've really got something to say look on your face is pretty rare.
I think I figured out why we've been entangled with Darius. Now I'm certain that the giant we encountered when we first entered the library, and the one we saw during our second meeting with Sarvis, are one and the same, Sia. It is... Darius.
Yeah, I mean, shit, bro, that's crazy. But wait, Darius is a human, right? Zero closes her eyes.
This library is alive and has its own wisdom. That's what Elish, the first director of the library, once said. Therefore, visitors should stay quiet, humble, and cautious within the library.
Oh, and because he was basically the opposite of this, that's why he was transformed?
It is not recommended to speak, write, or daydream, for words and ideas carry power.
Okay.
The library is an anomaly, after all. It may give incredible responses to obsessive thoughts.
Oh, okay. The echoes of Darius's shouts reverberate in my ears once again.
Don't you dare run away! How dare you deceive me!
In addition to anger, there is an there was unrestrained fear and despair in his voice. It is as if a man is grasping at the last straw, only to find that it is turning into dust.
We deceived a man of extraordinary strength, of willpower. Obsessive ideas may stir up billowing waves in this ocean of thoughts.
So, you're saying that the library distorted Darius, turning him into the giant that has been chasing us around?
Yep.
If that's the case, it explains why he hated our guts so much.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
After all, we shattered his world with that devastating lie.
Yeah?
Hold on a sec. So, we lied to Darius, and after he got distorted by the library, he stayed here for all those thousands of years, just to get revenge against us?
I respect it.
According to our time machine, you met the giant before you met me.
Our time machine, insane.
Thanks to him, our time machine met the future me. and heard the prophecy. And that's how we started this totally messed up journey, right? How ironic.
We went to Darius because we had already met him. Cause and effect become one in the Library of Babel.
That's so cool.
It's a loop.
Bro, this is... I'm just gonna keep repeating the same shit. This is so cool. I love series that do this.
Why are you giving me that look?
No, it's nothing.
Oh?
Just don't leave my sight without my permission, Ari.
Oh. She's saying it's your fault.
What are you talking about? That's a weird thing to say. Quit using that tone with me.
Looking at Ereshon's disgusted face, I understand why Zero suddenly became silent. From the beginning, we have been faithfully following the directions of destiny like cogs in a well-oiled machine. Whether it is searching for Tasni, arriving in the era of the 5th Emperor, or going in search of Darius, everything seems predestined. So, if this journey continues, will Ereshon die under Aten's blazing radiance, just like I foresaw? Probably. Once again, the image of her dissolving within the radiance becomes unbidden in my mind. Ari.
Shut up.
No, Ereshon the goat.
Hey, what's with that look on your face? Stop it. It's making me sick.
Okay. I wanted to say this for like a couple minutes now. But like the first thing you see in the game, or when you're downloading it, is a fight scene between Zero and Ereshon. And I've been trying to figure out like why that is. And I think it might come up soon of why that is, because of Zero saying the don't leave my sight.
I'm not going to follow this so-called prophecy. But with the current situation, we have to continue this loop. Remember, the fate of 2 eras rests on our shoulders. Next, if our time machine gets things right, we should be at a point between our 2 encounters with Sarvis. We must inform him about the divine words at this point. Since someone in this era activated a 10, the divine words must exist in this era. If he can find the person who activated a 10, he'll naturally get the command to stop it.
Okay.
If everything goes smoothly, we'll put a stop to a 10. No. The Star of Ephrathah, before it burns everything in this era to ashes.
I didn't expect you to be so responsible.
Don't you dare spout any more nonsense like that!
One banter sweeps away the tense atmosphere. However, I have a vague feeling that something is wrong. If everything is a part of this loop, who actually activated Aten in the future? Why is it only Ereshon facing Aten in the future? Why weren't Zero and I there with Ereshon in the future? Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to find the answers.
Someone's coming.
Bro, I don't know what to say. I'm hooked. This is gonna be like a 3-hour video. Because I just want to keep playing the game.
I never expected someone to come to my rescue. Thank you so much. Wait, you're the Emians who escaped from Lord Sarvis before?
So what if we are? Are you planning to capture us and hand us over to your general?
No, we Japhethians are anything but ungrateful. Anyway, it's good to see you. We've been searching for you.
Huh? Sarvis just won't leave us alone, huh?
That's not the case, Emian. Lord Sarvis has encountered an extraordinary problem,
And he says only Emians can solve it.
Huh?
As I thought. Then what are we waiting for? Lead the
Oh,
way.
wait, the problem is the thingy going off.
I'm sorry, but when we enter this infinite library again, we got separated from our general. I have no clue where he could be now. The path ahead takes us back to where we came from. Let's head in that direction.
Aren't you coming with us?
As you can see, my squad has been decimated. With all the dangers lurking here, we shouldn't burden you with protecting us. Please, hurry to the general as soon as possible.
Let's go.
We're entering the unknown sector.
Finding someone in the unknown sector. This is simply a living nightmare. Let's hope that general didn't go too deep.
Stabilize space-time. Okay. Start moving. Incomplete. Okay, complete. Oh, so it's over here.
The unknown sector has changed, so the rules we know might not apply anymore.
Yeah, I'm be real. I don't know with this one. That's a round ring and a projector. Round ring. This is the only one with a round ring. I mean, maybe it's this one? Damn.
That is the wrong way.
Really, Arashon? I did not notice.
This hellhole is truly unpredictable. We need to figure out new rules before finding a way out.
Rotating counterclockwise. Alright, so it's this one.
The one surrounded up ahead is Sarvis.
Let's wait until he's worn out, and then we'll have the perfect chance to strike.
Oh.
Hey, why are you giving me that look? All right, fine. We'll rescue him.
Oh, it's you. Thank you for your help, Emeals. I apologize for my rudeness earlier, and I would like to do my best. Allow me to get straight to the point. Do you happen to know how to deactivate the God of the Sun?
Maybe.
Did someone activate that sphere?
I'm afraid so. According to our plan, we delivered it to the Philistine Sea to get it loaded on a ship and then transfer it to Javriel. However, it passed through one of our vassal states on its way back. To my astonishment, the ruler there, Herod, had the audacity to lay his finger on it. It was only afterward that we learned that quite a few servants in Herod's kingdom had been exiled from Memphis, and some of them had even served as priests in Memphis. They knew a number of secrets that had been passed down from generation to generation by word of mouth. Not even Lord Thurinus or Emperor Darius had learned about them when they conquered Memphis. Those Memphians stirred up Herod's greed, making him believe that he could awaken the god of the sun like the ancient pharaoh Akhenaten did, and thus be elevated to the status of a god.
Yep, I think I said that earlier.
How ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Truth is, the Memphian slaves hate him for his brutality and wanted to use this chance to take revenge.
I mean, shit, they did it.
They didn't think about the catastrophic consequences it would bring.
That's fair, actually. If I'm fucking with someone, saying like, oh yeah, you can become God, I'm not gonna expect like fucking nuke.
Unfortunately, Herod killed all those slaves once he obtained the divine words, so nobody else could ascend to the divine throne like him.
Oh, you hate to see it.
By the time we arrived, the copper sphere was already levitating and burning over Herod's capital city, Ephrathah. We apprehended Herod before the city was razed to the ground. However, he only knows how to activate the sphere, and he didn't ask for the command to deactivate it. Now, with the death of the last Memphian priests, the secrets are lost forever.
Oh, okay.
If that copper sphere continues to burn, one day the Philistine Sea will dry up, and even Javriel, the Eternal City, will end up in flames.
Yeah, and the Philistine Sea, that's where Ereshkigal found it present day. Sarvis gives me a pleading look.
Fortunately, I had met you in the Library of Babel.
Yo.
I remembered you had mentioned that the copper sphere could be deactivated. So, we rushed back here to seek your help. Such is the situation. If you know how to stop this world from ending up in flames, I'm willing to offer whatever I can in return.
He kneels before me, head bowed. That's exactly why we're here.
Hey, hold on.
We're just gonna outright say it? The language of the gods is a palindrome. While they are written exactly the same, forwards and backwards, they caused the god of the sun to perform very different behaviors.
You've told him already?
Yeah.
The language of the gods is a palindrome.
Sarvis closes his eyes, ponders for a moment, then opens them again.
I understand. That'll do. Write the palindrome words in both directions, and the quill will go back to where it started.
Yep.
In other words, the command to activate the sphere is also the command to deactivate it.
I guess so.
We just need to repeat the same word Herod used, and it will revert to its previous state.
Oh, it's like an on and off switch, okay.
I can't believe this answer is so straightforward. I must return to Ephrathah immediately. But the thing is, we've lost a significant number of soldiers since entering the Library of Babel.
Dang, that's crazy. Give us money?
I'm sorry, Hemayon, but I need your assistance once again. Could you escort me out of here?
No.
Our strength isn't enough to break through this gate.
This gate is heavy. Please stand back.
Oh, is he about to break it?
Thank goodness we didn't fight him earlier.
Yeah,
Sorry,
damn.
I couldn't hear you because of the noise. What did you say?
Oh, it's nothing.
We were just complimenting you on the size of your genitals. Why am I so retarded?
End it all!
I'll be real with you, every time she says end it all, I can only think of,
Complete insight.
the one dude saying you should kill yourself now. True God, I think his name was. Oh no, these irrelevant streamers. I'm playing.
I think I've been here before. The path on the right leads back to where I came from.
Alright, let's go right.
Jeez, not another one of those annoying stone gates.
Don't worry. My strength should be enough to break through it. However, I've just exerted a lot of energy. Give me a moment to catch my breath.
Nah.
Fine. Take a step back, Sia.
Oh.
They started following us before I even noticed. What a bunch of eyesores.
Ansu. End it all!
End it all. Kill yourself.
The door's been breached. Let's follow him and not waste time dealing with those creatures.
Finally. Ahead is the sector I entered from. One must exit from where they entered. Such is the wise words from the Emeons who guided me here.
Huh?
Thank you for escorting me here.
Hey, Mr. General. Although we didn't request payment, it's okay to ask for a favor, right?
I can't hate Ereshkigal, she's too goated.
Of course. Just let me know whatever you want.
Well, when you go back and see Herod again, please make a copy of the divine words he tells you and give it to us.
Sarvis pauses for a moment, then nods.
Sure thing. That's a simple task. Once I resolve the troubles in Ephrathah, I'll come back and deliver the letter for you. Thank you for your generosity. I'll never forget it.
You're...
Please rest assured, Your Highness. Sarvis is one of the few generals who possesses both wisdom and bravery. He will be safe.
But he's been inside all night. I know it's prudent for us to stay out here, but you've witnessed the enigmatic library yourself, as well as its labyrinth plucked from myths. Will Sarvis return safe and sound this time?
Yeah, he's fine.
Your Highness, High Priest.
Sarvis, you're back!
Yep.
Yes, and I bring good tidings. I found the peculiar Emeon I mentioned last time, and they instructed me how to deactivate the God of the Sun.
Excellent. This library truly holds the answers to all questions in the world.
Yeah, and because of that, that's why he wants to conquer the tower like a month later. The three of them face west. As dawn approaches, the Tower of Babel casts a long shadow across the land, stretching to the other side of the world. However, the sun, still cloaked in its sausage-wide hues, is not the cause of the shadow. A solitary star emanates blinding light, causing the night to retreat and its surrounding clouds to swirl tumultuously. I'm failing English, bro. In a distant future, humanity will remember this star that briefly illuminated history as Ephrathah. Its radiance at this moment would mark the beginning of another legend.
High Priest Marari, do you still have a copy of the treaty with the Arsacid Empire?
I can have the scribe immediately draft a new one, Your Highness. What do you mean, Your Highness?
I will sign it. Tell our soldiers that we are no longer at war with Obed. Let's go back. Once we resolve the issue in Ephrathah, we will make our way back home.
May I ask the reason behind your change of heart, Your Highness?
Look at that burning star. If there's anything like divine revelation in the world, it probably looks like that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah?
No. Japheth is not ready to confront such power. My father has been invincible throughout his life. He forged his great empire in his 30s. I heard that he was frustrated at the thought of spending the remainder of his days governing, rather than conquering. However, I think governing is far more challenging than conquering. I'm always worried that if Japheth's armies keep crossing new frontiers, sooner or later, they'll meet an impenetrable presence. Father has never tasted defeat, and neither has Japheth. Father is aged, and Japheth has long grown accustomed to the countless triumphs he has achieved. If, one day, Japheth fails to sustain its momentum of conquest, if, one day, the tip of Japheth's spear finally shatters against a towering wall never before encountered.
I'm curious why that one line sounded different. Maybe they had to, like, re-voice it or something.
How do you think the people of Japheth would feel in such a moment? Pride renders one fragile, and when it breaks, it shatters the heart into pieces. Now, seeing that newborn star, I think we've reached a towering wall that casts its shadow over Japheth. Undoubtedly, there are forces in this world that surpass the limits of human imagination. This library, capable of harnessing even the power of that star, lies far beyond our dominion. We are not yet prepared to venture into the realm of gods.
Yeah, he's basically saying like, yo, we're strong and all, but we're not god tier. We're not on the level of them.
I concur, Your Highness.
And he's right.
It is time to head back. Since Emian has guarded his power for so long, let it be. There must be reasons why this tower has stood undisturbed for thousands of years. Until we understand those reasons, we must not disturb the balance. No. We shouldn't even touch it. It'd be best if all of us stayed away from it, neither to inquire nor to disturb it, lest it bring a catastrophe down upon us.
If he's saying this, then why did,
While my words may appear disrespectful, His Majesty's order to retrieve the God of the Sun and the situation we are facing serve as compelling evidence.
If he's saying this, then why did, silver-haired dude, starts with an S, why did he go back in a month, after?
I agree with your decision to retreat, Your Highness. However, if we ignore the blaze of the star and the impending destruction it brings, it is beautiful, like a real celestial body. Now we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that someone, or some being, crafted it.
Yeah, that's what I'm more curious about now. Now that we figured out, like mainly everything behind it, I want to know who made it.
How extraordinary is it to craft a star? If I had the chance, I would love to see the hands that forged the star.
Sarvis lets out a long sigh.
Even if I am unable to witness it, I hope that my descendants will be blessed with this fortune.
Time to go. We have no time for sentimentality. Leave the recording of history to poets and scholars. As for us, let us restore the sky with its true sun.
Oh, is that the end of the, no. Okay, I thought it was the, how much more is there? I mean, it can't be that much more, right? Whatever. I'll just keep going. Sarvis has gone.
Now this farce can finally come to an end.
Oh, they put an end to the loop because he doesn't show up in the after the month. Okay.
Once we return to the time sector where we met Sarvis for the second time, we'll learn the divine words to stop at 10. What are you waiting for, Time Machine? Activate your magical time travel ability, alright?
Don't you find it strange? The commands that activate and deactivate it are the same. For some reason, this information fills me with unease. A sense of foreboding grows in my mind. Who activated Aten in the future?
There's no point in thinking about that now.
Ereshad, I just started to like you. Don't be evil. An unusual display of persuasion. Ereshkigal sets aside her sarcasm.
This world has seen its fair share of ancient mysteries that have been passed down to the present, only to be used by people with ill intentions. Even if someone is trying to activate a 10, we now know how to deactivate it. That's all that matters.
I don't believe that. I don't believe you! Ereshkigal's words carry a comforting aura. Somehow, her words dispel my doubts like an enchantment. I find my mind drifting into a state of trance. But Zero knows. That's why they fight! Okay. That's what. Okay. In the flickering candlelight, Zero narrows her eyes silently.
Besides
or slightly.
us, the only ones who know the secrets of anomalies and might intend to use them are Nemesis.
Ooh, okay, we're getting introduced to more factions.
Ere, you said you ran into them during your retrieval of Aten, right?
Exactly. That's why I was wary of Seer.
Why'd she pause before that? You're weirding me out. What exactly is Nemesis?
All deeds have consequences. All debts must be paid.
Sounds like something a brooding teenager would say. Not impressed.
That's their motto. How can I give you a brief explanation?
Have you heard of someone named Adolf Hitler?
To put it simply... Oh, here's the perfect example. Do you think something like a 10 should be known to the world? These artifacts possess the power of easily obliterating an entire civilization. You've witnessed the destruction of Akedaton and the war between Japheth and Obed. It merely revealed a fraction of its existence, and that was enough to change the course of the world. Countless people were frantically seeking it, whether it was for immortality, overthrowing another dynasty, or simply catching a glimpse of its eternal glory. Even in this era, where human intelligence supposedly reigns supreme, we no longer worship the god of the sun. Do you think a nuclear fusion reactor should be revealed to the people of this era? Will it bring about an energy revolution, or just another war? Humans of every era believe their intelligence to be superior, yet they fall prey to the same mistakes time and time again. The power of the unknown is a sweet poison. Now you're well aware of that, right? That's why we've decided to hide its existence from the world.
To safeguard them from any intrusion or exploitation. Let it fade away, until its very existence falls into oblivion. That's the philosophy of us Emaon, and the philosophy of CAVE.
CAVE?
Emaon is merely the secret society watching over Obed. There are other organizations that share our ideals. For example, Florentine in Japheth, Weisha in Xi'an, and Delphic Oracle in Delphi. Well, we don't have time to delve into all this now. Once we leave here, you'll be formally introduced to the rest of the Alliance as the new director of Emaon, and you'll learn who they are for yourself.
Ooh, okay.
Speaking of that, we need to mention another group of people.
Nazi. Okay, I'll stop.
Not everyone shares the same attitude on such matters. There's another group. Well, they're not all a bunch of bad guys, but their philosophy differs from ours.
Yeah, I just now remembered that, like, this is like the main character learning about all this, but we technically learned about this in the Enki Ninsar flashback.
While some people want to stow away unknown power, others want to exploit it. Nemesis belongs to the latter. They see it as something that can propel human civilization forward by hundreds of years, if thoroughly studied. And they see no reason to set it aside instead of utilizing it.
I can see both sides of this.
As for how such actions may affect a society, they don't care at all.
And never mind. Simply put, there are another bunch of charlatans who don't see eye to eye with you.
Your summaries are on point. I'm impressed.
Hell yeah. We won her over, boys.
But have you forgotten that you're part of our crew now?
With the Library of Babel open, we Emaon have no means of stopping outsiders from invading the tower. However, if they were really to do that, they would just end up lost in an infinite ocean of information.
Yeah. Zero purses her lips and looks thoughtfully at Ereshkigal.
If only the future version of you had provided us with more information.
Now, how much you want to bet she did all, like, the future version of her did that just so, like, she would have this fun adventure?
Oh, what? Blaming me again?
Yeah. I mean, no.
No, I have no intention of blaming you.
Except I tend to call you out whenever something's a problem. Zero stares intently at Ereshkigal.
You're smarter and more cautious than anyone else. It wasn't your style to deliver such an ambiguous message.
Yeah, they're 100% gonna fight at some point. Ereshkigal hesitates for a moment, then averts her eyes.
You're giving me too much credit.
Her gaze wanders until it lands on me.
Indeed. The journey with you is full of surprises at every turn.
She's talking like a villain. She's talking like she's about to reveal a crazy plot twist. Like it was me, Barry. It was me who jerked you off at supersonic speed, so make... Never mind. Ereshkigal looks into the distance, muttering.
Well, this trip is definitely not boring.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Quit lazing around. Let's get moving.
Here we go again. Is this modern day? I don't even remember. 2 weeks later. Okay, so I'm assuming we went to modern day 2 weeks past. What the fuck? Oh, never mind. The giant that fell from the sky is chasing the version of us from the past. Bro, that's so cool. We saw both perspectives. Oh, that's so fucking cool. We land exactly where Sarvis was at the time, without any deviation. Although Sarvis is a bit surprised to see us appearing out of nowhere, he doesn't ask questions.
Don't you ever wonder how two groups of the same people can show up at the same time?
I've witnessed too many miracles here, and I realize what's happening here is beyond my comprehension.
Yeah, he's like, this is beyond me. I don't know what's up with y'all. He salutes us.
Nonetheless, it's a pleasure to see you again. I'm certain you're the Emaons who once helped us.
I think so. Once again, Sarvis takes out a parchment and presents it to us with both hands.
As promised, I've brought you a copy of the Divine Words.
Ereshkigal takes the copy casually, looks at it, and then puts it away. Yeah, you're not gonna tell us? Just as I am about to ask Ereshkigal what is written on it, Sarvis steps forward.
Please allow me to express my gratitude once again for your generosity back then.
Shit, bro, dab me up. You all good? Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, yo. Slowly, Sarvis bows towards me, rests his forehead against my hand. Although I have no idea what this gesture means, in his courtesy, I can sense his obedience and respect through this courtesy. Oh, in his country.
I understand that you Emaons have your own principles of conduct, and you don't want your deeds to be publicized.
Now, I want to know what the main character looks like, because just by seeing this hand, I want to see the full design.
But I promise you, even if the people of Japheth don't know what they've been saved from, I'll never forget your heroic deed.
You know what? Sarvis is a real one.
I'll never forget your noble character and selflessness. If you ever find yourself in trouble in the future, I'll assist you in any way I can.
Thank you?
I, Sarvis, swear by my domain, Bellafontaine, the City of Blossoms.
Oh yeah, he did get the city. I remember.
I, my family, and my descendants, we will always remember this oath.
Okay, so is Florence like what this dude is, but modern age? Because they look too similar. He lifts his head, his violet eyes lock into mine, unwavering.
From now to eternity.
Sarvis departs with his army without another word.
He's a pretty honorable man.
Yep. Zero, who has remained silent all this time, thoughtfully repeats the name Sarvis mentioned.
Bellefontaine. Sarvis.
She closes her eyes.
So, he is the first leader of Florentine. Sarvis Florentine.
Okay.
I see. Our initial connection with Florentine was actually because of you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Sometimes I wonder where you've been all these years.
Showed up for plot reasons.
You don't even know about the Florentine Bank, which basically controls half of the continent's economy?
Huh?
Now's not the perfect time to explain everything about Florentine. Harry, show me the parchment that Sarvis just gave you.
What's the rush? Worried about losing it? I've already written it down anyway.
No, you see, now, bro, she's... Okay. Arishan snorts, slowly retrieving the paper Sarvis gave her from her pocket. What's written on it? Arishan gives no answer. Instead, she simply lets out a soft sigh.
Zero. You know what?
Oh no.
I'm really grateful that you're the one who's been with me on this journey.
No, bro. Bro, what in the villain monologue is about to happen? Arishan closes her eyes. In that moment, she, though by my side, suddenly feels distant. I can't help but reach my hand out towards her.
And you too. The candid seer. Sometimes to the point of being foolish.
Nah, bro, this is her villain monologue before she fucking kills us. An ice-cold smile curls her lips.
I'm glad I have you as my partners.
Oh my god.
That's why my plan went so smoothly.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Motherfucker, yeah, you think I'm gonna end it there? Hell no. Someone tells me we're getting close to the end of the chapter. Shredded scraps of paper flutter before my eyes. I reach out, trying to grasp them, but not even a single piece lands in my hand. Oof, unlucky. Amused by my awkward response, Arishan chuckles.
There were moments when I thought you might figure it out, but no. You just stayed at the edge of truth and refused to step forward. But why? Let me guess. Because you don't understand my motives, so you chose to turn a blind eye.
I mean, yeah, I would like to know why you did this, but,
How arrogant. Oh, Zero. Empty of everything. Void of emotions. Yet, in the end, you earned everything.
I mean, to be fair, I think her motives was, the fact that she's not Seer, which, you know, I understand.
See? You really don't understand the feelings of an underdog like me, do you? I am his granddaughter. I am the rightful heir to the library.
Shit, bro, you can have it.
But that day, he brought you back. And then you took everything away from me.
Are you done?
There ain't no way.
Stop pretending to be a sad clown. That's not who you are. What do you really want?
Upon hearing Zero's resolute voice, Arishan freezes before bursting into laughter. Tears well up in the corners of her eyes as she laughs.
So that's not the answer you expected. I thought the motive of an underdog and her resentment would be perfect.
Your taste is really going downhill.
Dog. This might be one of the most serious moments in the game so far, and Zero is not taking none of this.
I see. That explanation wasn't enough for you. So, how about this?
Arashon sighs. All pretenses dropped. She suddenly looks exhausted, overwhelmed. At this moment, I realize how little I truly know about the girl who has been by my side this whole time.
I'm simply tired of it all. Maon, CAVE, and this never-ending library.
Hey, that rhymed.
I've wanted to destroy everything here for a long time.
A flicker of emotional turmoil finally appears on Zero's face.
That's why I joined Nemesis. Yeah, you heard it right. I'm a spy for Nemesis.
I mean, could you not? Suddenly, the ground beneath our feet trembles. A tremorous force is quickly approaching. I instinctively glance behind me and notice that Darius, the giant that chased the version of us from the past, has turned back. And it has spotted us.
Oh, perfect timing. I'm sorry, but I'm not the type of arch-villain who dies from talking too much. But you two? You're the fools who actually sit there and listen to your enemy's meandering monologues.
I didn't have a choice. Once again, Arashon wields her crescent scythe. Zero positions herself in front of me, but Arashon does not attack us. Yeah, she got the fuck out of there. With a muffled sound, the floor cracks beneath our feet, spreading like a spider web.
Zero. You've become dull. Next time, when you feel something is off, just slit your opponent's throat instead of waiting around.
The giant roars, rushing towards us. The cracked floor falters under its weight, crumbling from the edges. At that moment, everyone near the edge of the room begins to fall. Debris strikes my forehead, causing a sharp, lightning-like pain that momentarily clouds my mind. Zero immediately makes her decision. She grabs my hand and holds me tightly as Anichirp transforms into a massive golden bird, carrying both of us upward. Arashon, however, remains calm, letting her body fall into the bottomless void. Instinctively, I reach out my hand towards Arashon.
Goodbye.
My vision blurred by the debris and sand, as I see a remarkable clarity, wearing a relieved smile like the last radiance of a dying star.
No. Farewell. Forever.
There's no shot she's dead. No way they kill her, right? 5-star character. My eyes widen as she disappears. Once again, I have failed to grasp anything. There's no way she's dead. 5-star character. The golden light strikes the giant's legs, shattering them completely as Zero unleashes her full strength. The giant collapses to the ground, yet still crawls towards us. And that's why he doesn't have any legs in the future. Okay.
Let's go.
Don't you dare run away. Face me.
The nameless tyrant crawls on the ground, struggling to move forward. He has lost his horse, his army, his dignity, and his humanity. After 500 years, he is finally reunited with the Maon who once defeated him, or deceived him.
Oh, Emeons from the future.
It reaches out its hand to the back of two people moving away.
If you truly are from 2,500 years from now, tell me. Tell me. Tell me!
Tell you what, the fuck? The end of the world. At this point, I'm just dedicated to finish this chapter.
Tell me, Emeon, is everything you just said true? I believe you're aware that I've showered you with the utmost respect from an emperor. I believe you're also aware that the nonsense you just said is enough for me to order your tongue removed.
The Emperor's voice remains calm, with only a hint of annoyance, but his gaze beneath his drooping eyelids displays a childlike curiosity.
I've conquered the South, reaching the edge of the world. A great achievement that should be engraved in your libraries. Yet you told me I'm far from seeing the entirety of the world.
Pythagoras replies humidly.
Indeed, Your Majesty. You will certainly go down in history as a great emperor, Your Majesty. But with all due respect, this world has no edges, and you are far from owning it. You may perceive the world as a series of clay slabs, stretching from one end to the other, with mountains and seas interspersed in between. However, the world is a sphere, where the beginning meets the end. When one reaches the supposed edge of the world, they find themselves back where they started.
Pythagoras closes his eyes, only to be met with resounding laughter from the Emperor.
What an absurd statement. It's been quite some time since someone dared to be so audacious in my court. Nevertheless, I shall allow you to continue your discourse purely for the sake of entertainment.
Entertainment.
However, if your words bore me, it'll be more than just your tongue that I remove. You claim that the world is a sphere. Very well. Prove it to me.
Yes, Your Majesty. As an emperor who has conquered numerous lands, you must be aware that the North Star appears higher in the sky the further north one travels, and conversely, it appears lower in the southern regions. When observing a ship approaching from the horizon, one perceives the mast before the deck becomes visible. The world is indeed a sphere, and the curvature of the land and the sea occurs beyond the range of our vision. It is due to the vastness of the world that, while standing upon it, we mistake it for being flat. To humans, Obed may appear immense, but to the entire world, Obed is merely a small portion of the spherical whole. Just as ants may consider mounds as mountains and ponds as oceans, when they climb a tree, they perceive it as occupying a vast territory. I intend no disrespect, but when your army arrived at the Great Desert and believed they had conquered the entire southern realm, they were akin to those ants.
Darius could have swiftly executed him for such a daring statement. However, Darius makes a moment to ponder before continuing his inquiry.
Why a sphere?
Huh?
Because a sphere is the most perfect shape in existence. Natural forces strive to minimize the size of objects in all dimensions. A sphere possesses the smallest surface area for a given enclosed volume. It epitomizes perfection.
I didn't realize that was the actual reason, but shit, learn stuff every day.
I don't quite understand the ramblings of your crazy mind, but I can grasp that you consider the sphere to be the most favored shape.
Indeed, Your Majesty.
If your claims hold true, then regardless of how far I traverse, I shall never surpass its boundaries and merely return to my starting point.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Darius falls into deep contemplation. Pythagoras sighs and speaks once more.
It is true, Your Majesty, that the concept of an end does not truly exist upon this sphere, where you currently stand.
Pythagoras points in a particular direction, guiding Darius's gaze.
I implore you to direct your attention there.
Darius's gaze follows Pythagoras' finger, and then he sees the boundless expanse of stars adorning the night sky.
The sky?
Precisely, Your Majesty, the sky. Just as the earth beneath our feet is a sphere, so too are the moon and the sun, spheres of varying sizes.
Darius interrupts Pythagoras.
If the stars in the sky are indeed, as you claim, spheres, and the ground beneath our feet is but an inconsequential fragment from one of these spheres, doesn't that mean that all the land I've conquered so far is but a speck of dust in a vast sea of sand?
It may be just a speck of dust, but it's a precious speck of dust, and our homeland. However, it's undeniable that it is, after all, just a speck of dust.
Yeah?
Perhaps only by traversing this desert, which contains countless specks of dust, will you truly reach the end of the world. Are you frustrated by this revelation, Your Majesty?
Yeah, I just told you that everything you've done is basically a speck of dust. Are you mad?
It's a capital offense to try to speculate on the mind of an emperor.
Please, forgive my audacity. All I meant to express is that I found solace in this realization.
Solace, you say?
Yes. I felt a sense of solace knowing that our thoughts, struggles, and everything we hold dear are insignificant compared to the world itself.
Yeah?
Every day in this land, people kill or are killed, pillaged or are pillaged, for land, food, faith, and dogma.
This is me trying to convince the orphan to become Batman.
Yet, when I gaze upon the starry sky, all of their deeds fade away. It reminds us that our thoughts and actions can be influenced by our self-centered perspectives. It highlights the limitations of our vision and the shallowness of our ideas.
Pythagoras raises his head and looks into Darius's eyes.
The world does not revolve around us, not even the ground beneath our feet. Consider how an adult perceives a toddler's cries. The toddler cries because they have never seen the real world and are ignorant of real problems. However, with this revelation, you would understand that the difficulties and confusion you currently face are, in the grand scheme, similar to a toddler's cry. Look at the curtain of stars above you. It will make us reevaluate the value of all people to one another and the value of people to the world.
Darius laughs.
Well, that was quite a speech. You've asked if I'm frustrated, but it seems you're the one who is frustrated.
I know you are, but what am I, head ass? Pythagoras pauses briefly and lets out a gentle sigh.
Indeed, Your Majesty. No matter how much I stretch, I can't reach the stars with my hands.
Yeah, you was not Luffy, little bro.
Come to think of it, it's a good reason you'd give.
However, in the next moment, the smile at the corner of Darius's mouth disappears as he strikes the ground heavily with the scepter in his hands.
Such is your greatest insolence. You, a mere mortal, dare to speculate on the thoughts of the king of all kings.
My fault, original gangsta.
Do you think my silence was because of frustration?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. How ridiculous. Do you understand what it means to tell the king of all kings that there are countless other worlds like ours?
Darius extends his hand towards the stars in the sky.
It means there are endless lands waiting to be conquered. Interesting. How interesting. If the barren desert in the south is the so-called end of the world, that would be truly disappointing. This world is so subtle and so vast, but as a scholar, all you do is revere it. This is where I'd say your mind is narrow. I'll conquer them. It's the highest form of homage I, as an emperor, can offer.
Pythagoras widens his eyes suddenly, and then, for the first time, the hauntly Emeon bows slightly, acknowledging the Emperor of the Mortals.
I am delighted that you are the ruler of this land, Your Majesty.
Instead of looking at Pythagoras, Darius stares at the distant stars, his hand clenched into a fist.
Emeon, I will be the one to conquer the distant stars.
Ooh, who gonna tell him? Yeah, and now we're back here. The nameless tyrant stops crawling forward. That distant and brilliant curtain of stars, long forgotten, reappears before his eyes. The embers of his ambition for a moment rekindle. The unnamed tyrant, for a brief moment, becomes the revered king of all kings once again. The goal it pursued, the answers it sought? Darius raises his head high and shouts into the void.
Tell me, Emeons from the future, tell me, did I conquer the distant stars?
Shit, I don't know. He remembers everything again.
You truly are my favorite servant, Farhad. Arise, for I shall share my glory and dreams with you. One day we'll leave our footprints across the entire expanse of the sky.
That night, he stood beside the fire, counting the wisps of flames, recalling all the wonders he had encountered along the way back from his expedition. And then, he saw a sky full of stars, reflected in a stream to his side. At that moment, he couldn't help but raise his head, gazing up at the starry sky. The starry sky shone above like trembling silver foil, the Milky Way that flowed silently through the summer night. Let him see them again. Darius closes her eyes? Alright, fuck it, he's trans now. Let him see them again. I know it's just a mistake. And is that the end of... Oh, there's an EX stage. Alright, this is just a boss. Yeah, but I just speedran chapter 2. Damn. Alright. Okay, bet I'll take this dupe of 0. But yeah, I am definitely curious to see where this goes from here. I don't think Arashan is dead. She's one of the few playable characters this early, but then again, that could be like a way of like, ooh, look, playable characters can die. But I don't think she's dead. She's gonna come back because she was there in the future version, unless if that version has been broken. But I don't know. But yeah, that was a really good chapter. I high-key kind of hope that Sarvis becomes playable. I doubt it, but you never know. He might come back. Yeah, Sarvis was cool. I'm forgetting the prince's name. The dude with like the red and black. He was cool as well. But yeah, I'm definitely more curious to know where like, I'm curious who made the sphere, the sun god, whatever, and I want to know where it's gonna go from here. Because like I'm hooked. Like I was thinking like, oh yeah, this game's like kind of cool, but yeah, now I'm completely hooked. I'm so down. Damn, we can't do gacha. Actually, a wise man said, no, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, if you made it through this impossibly long video, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you later.